Having spent quite a few videos talking about the plotting in Edelweiss, in this video we'll look at some simpler topics, namely how you can organize your projects into folders and using nodes, as well as how to export reports with the results of your analysis and plotting in Edelweiss. So you might have noticed that all of the tables and plots that we created show up in this project tree on the left, and by default they are all located in this project folder. If we look at the project menu, you can see that we can create new folders, and this is also available if you right-click on a folder. Then we can create a new subfolder. For example, I can create one called PDOT, and then I can put all of my PDOT related tables and plots into this folder instead. I can also create root folders, so this will be on the same root level as the project folder. And maybe I put my PDOT into that folder, and I can rename the project folder into NMC maybe. So by either choosing rename folder or just pressing F2, I can rename any item, not just folders. And this can be a good way to restructure your project. You might have noticed that when I right-click on a folder, I can create other items like tables or plots. And what we haven't talked about so far is nodes. So I can create a new node, and here I can put some text. And in the text menu, I can choose to save this node as a text file, and I can also open text files to create nodes. Here I have some experimental details about the NMC cell. So this is now loaded into the same location that I had selected before, but I can drag it to the NMC folder to put it there. Another option that I want to highlight in the text menu is that you can insert image tags. If I choose this image, which is a picture of the cell that was used, it inserts an HTML tag, and this can then be useful when creating reports. As shown in a previous video, you can export plots into pictures or interactive HTML files, but you can also export several items in your project into one HTML file containing all of the results of your analysis and plotting. And the easiest way to create a plot is to first select the items that you want here in the project tree. So for example, maybe I want the cycling data and these experimental details, the PDOT impedance data, as well as the spectrum. And in the project menu, you have this option to create a report. This is also available as a toolbar item, so you can just click this, create report, and here are now all the items that we selected available. And you can also add or remove items or move them around here. And you can choose some titles. So for example, my first report. You can choose some nice font, maybe Arial black, some color, maybe I want some purple. And when you're done setting this up, at the bottom you can choose to export this to an HTML file, or you can directly upload it to an electronic lab journal. So in this case, I choose to export it, to save it as a file. And then first you get to see the report here in Edelweiss. I can also open the file in a browser. And as you see, here are the items that we selected. Our node with the picture now included here, the impedance data and the spectrum, and just as for the case when you export an interactive plot as HTML, all of the plots in the report are also completely interactive, so this can be a way to share your whole set of analysis and plotting with other people. And of course this is self-contained, so you just have to share the HTML and they have access to all of the data.